Greetings to you and welcome to the Catholic Focus News. I'm Asasha Elizabeth, joined by Ken Wangi on sign language interpretation. In this broadcast, we focus on environmental stewardship inspired by Laudato Si, a government warning on rising gender-based violence, and new efforts to fight HIV infections through major medical breakthrough in Nakuru County, among other stories. Let's get started. In the spirit of Laudato Si, the papal call to care for our common home, faith-based institutions are increasingly taking the lead in environmental conservation efforts as climate concerns continue to deepen across the country. In West Pokot County, the Catholic Diocese of Kitale marked its annual Diocesan Environmental Day with a strong call for environmental stewardship, blending faith, education, and action in the fight against climate change. Alan Andiva kicks us off with details of this report.
The Diocese of Kitale has marked its Environment Day at Mary Assumption Comprehensive School in Makutano, West Pokot County, with activities beginning in the town of Makutano, where students, teachers, and CARITAS Kitale officials led a cleanup exercise. The event was presided over by retired Bishop Maurice Anthony Crowley, who urged students, parents, and the wider community to plant at least one tree with the rainy season as a practical step towards environmental conservation and climate change mitigation.
So sasa naamka na ishi moja kupika nyumba ili umeme.
His call was echoed by religious leaders and officials from the National Environment Management Authority, who emphasized that tree planting remains a critical intervention in protecting ecosystem and restoring degraded landscapes.
Wafundisha wengine umuhimu wa mazingira.
Kazi yetu sisi pia kupanda miti ili kisasi ambacho kinakuja iweze kufurahia, kupata kivuli, kupata vitabu.
Hii tunataka tupande miti. Na najua leo tumepanda miti. Lakini kuna tofauti ya kupanda miti na kutunza miti.
Wetu ambao watakuwa balozi wetu wema kusaidia kutunza mazingira. Sababu tusipotunza mazingira, vile washikadau walivyonena mwanzoni, tuko na changamoto mbalimbali. Kitu ambacho huwa naogopa sana ni climate migrant.
West Pokot's County Environment Minister pledged collaboration with the church to strengthen forest conservation efforts and curb illegal logging, which continues to threaten environmental sustainability in the region.
Recognizing that the environment is not merely a resource for exploitation, but a sacred trust. It means safeguarding our forests from deforestation, preserving our water catchment areas, protecting wildlife, restoring degraded lands.
The annual Diocesan Environment Day, observed between March and April, aims to sensitize communities, especially students and young people, on the importance of environmental care, reflecting the teaching of the Laudato Si, which calls on humanity to protect the earth as a shared home. Reporting for the Catholic Focus, I'm Alan Andiva.
Talk of keeping the spirit alive of Laudato Si, one of the iconic legacies of the late Pope Francis, a shared mission of faith and action, protecting our common home for future generations. Government has issued a strong warning over the rising cases of gender-based violence across the country, with Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen cautioning perpetrators that they will face the full force of the law. Speaking in Bura, Taita Taveta County, Murkomen also warned residents against resorting to mob justice, often referred to as, and I quote, kangaroo courts, saying such actions undermine the justice system. His remarks come amid growing concerns from women leaders calling for urgent and decisive action to protect women and girls. Here's Gabriel Mwakoma with that report.
Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen has reaffirmed the government's commitment to cracking down on perpetrators of gender-based violence. Speaking during the official opening of a new police station in Bura, the CS emphasized that suspects involved in serious crimes must be arrested, prosecuted, and jailed in accordance with the law.
Hakuna mahali kwa sheria inasema ati bwana anaatibu bibi yake kwa kumpiga. Hakuna fimbo ati anatumia fimbo akumchapa bibi yake. Fimbo moja tu ndio alipewa na Mwenyezi Mungu, sio ya kupiga bibi yake. Sawa sawa. Na pia hakuna mahali, tumeelewana? Hakuna mahali imeandikwa kwa sheria ya kwamba mwanamke anaweza piga bwana yake. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni mtu yoyote mwenye atapatikana na makosa kama hayo atachukuliwa sheria, atachukuliwa hatua ya kisheria.
Murkomen also warned against mob justice and informal kangaroo courts, saying such actions undermine the justice system.
Na utashikwa na utafungwa. Hatutaki kusikia maneno ya watu mtu amepigwa, amechomwa na maji moto, mwingine sijui acid. Hapana. We must bring to an end gender-based violence. Na mimi nataka kumwambia IG, wakati unaongeza askari wao wa 8 wenye unaongeza hapa, tunataka uhakikishe mmoja wapo ni mama ambaye atakuja kuman gender desk, ambaye atahakikisha kwamba wamama wanashughulikiwa, wakikuwa na shida yoyote wanaweza kuripoti kwa police station kwa njia inayofaa.
At the same time, women leaders led by Ronge Ward MCA Dorcas Mulugu have called for stronger measures to safeguard women against increasing cases of abuse.
Mheshimiwa, tunaomba wamama wapewe protection. Tunaomba wamama wapewe protection kwa sababu kama ingelikuwa ni dada yangu amefanywa hivyo singesikia vizuri. Kwa hivyo hata yule ambaye yuko Kenyatta si ati kwamba amefanya makosa. Kama mtu amekataa kukuwa bibi wa pili, nikikataa si kwa sababu tunaenda kunimwagilia acid. Na kuna dada amegonga vichwa vya habari ati kwa sababu alikuwa na mpenzi wake ambaye ameoa akamwagiliwa acid kwa uso. Umeona hiyo maneno?
This comes as a woman continues to receive treatment at Kenyatta National Hospital after she was allegedly attacked with acid by her former partner. From Bura, Taita Taveta County, my name is Gabriel Mwakoma.
And from Taita Taveta in the coastal region, let's now shift gears to Western Kenya, where Kenya's push to tackle youth unemployment is taking a green turn, quite literally, as efforts increasingly shift towards agribusiness, with counties investing in practical skills to transform job seekers into job creators. In Kakamega County, hundreds of young people are now turning to avocado farming, embracing the high-value crop as a viable source of income with growing local and export potential, following a targeted training initiative aimed at unlocking opportunities in the sector.
The initiative, organized by Tupande, sought to equip participants with modern climate-smart farming techniques, positioning agribusiness not just an alternative but a dependable pathway to income generation.
Research imeonyesha kuwa vijana wengi hawako kwa ukulima, na by 2035 most of the bigger population in Africa, 75% itakuwa ni youth, na hii ndio future ya the continent, the country, na ndio itakuwa future ya ukulima.
Hii program ya Tupande imetuletea mafunzo ambayo itatusaidia sisi, na pia tukienda kule vijijini tutaweza kuwafunza wakulima wadogo ama wale vijana ambao wanataka kujiunga kwa kilimo.
Inatuwezesha sisi wenyewe kujiajiri. Tupande imetusaidia sana kwa kutupa mafunzo ili tunaporudi katika vijiji vyetu tuweze tukafunza wengine zaidi kuhusu mafunzo zaidi kuhusu mambo ya avocado.
However, even as interest grows, access to land continues to pose a significant barrier, with many young people expressing concern over limited farming space.
Changamoto kuu zaidi ni mahala pa kupanda. Utapata kuwa wazazi kukupea mahali pa kupanda na kuwa changamoto, lakini baada ya kupata mafunzo na kuongeleshwa vizuri, tukipewa hiyo changamoto itakuwa inarejiondoka.
We are trying to have some conversations with the key stakeholders, that is county governments, and also just having policies, trying to shape policies where youth can maybe get somewhere to lease land at a price that is financially reasonable to them, so that they can do this for those who are not having a piece of land. Sehemu ya shamba inayohitajika sio kubwa, na mapato yake pia yako juu ukikompare na ya mahindi. So si ati watu waache mahindi completely, but pia hii ni njia ya kuongeza mapato yao juu ya ile ya ukulima wa kawaida wa mahindi.
During the session, trainees were introduced to highly yield avocado varieties sustainable for Western Kenya's climate, alongside best practices in crop management.
The focus has been to manage a pest called Pashamite, which is affecting avocados. And technically we partnered with other technocrats, that is from KFIS, from PCPB, from AFA, who have actually done the trainings on how best to manage the pest, on how best to access the market, and on how best to manage the value chain.
Even so, plant disease remain to be a pressing challenge, with experts noting that research is ongoing to develop long-term solutions to safeguard yields. Kakamega County Executive Committee member for Agriculture Moffat Mandela says avocado farming is already gaining traction in sub-counties such as Malava and Likuyani.
Has avocado farmers in Kakamega, the largest being in Malava, and the second largest upcoming sub-county is Likuyani. As I speak, we have had several harvests from Malava, going almost beyond a ton of Hass avocado, and these good efforts are supported by the Ministry of Agriculture together with many partners, including Tupande and the one in Malava mostly is FIPS Africa.
Mandela further revealed that the county government is intensifying efforts to address pest and disease control, key steps aimed at boosting production and securing farmers' incomes.
The biggest challenges they are having is the issue of pests and pest control, which we are coming in strongly through our collaboration with the partners to ensure that the ministry, the Department of Agriculture in the Ministry of Agriculture is able to give support, including information and awareness around pest control, and even the commodities that can be used to fight the pests, and also ensuring that we provide the right extension, because the way Hass avocado is planted is not the way all the other plants are planted. So we want the farmers to have the right extension knowledge right from the beginning to the end.
Reporting for Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV, I'm Gifted Rapalo.
From fields of opportunity, we move to laboratories of innovations. As Kenya grapples with the rise in complex health challenges and emerging diseases, universities are now being called upon to step up, not just as centers of learning, but as engines of practical solutions. Education and research experts say the time has come for institutions of higher learning to align their research with real-world problems, particularly in the health sector, to improve lives and support national development.
Universities across the country have been urged to prioritize impactful research in response to growing health concerns affecting communities. Speaking during a two-day scientific, technological and industrialization conference at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, Director of Technical Training at the Ministry of Education, Asha Arina, said institutions have the capacity to generate solutions that directly address national health needs.
My challenge to the researchers is that let us do research that translates into better livelihoods. Let us do research that impact on the people on their common areas of concern. Let us do research that is impacting on communities. We are asking that all that has been done in the laboratories be translated into production. We are asking universities to be able to have the innovations commercialized into productions to improve the lives of Kenyans.
Arina noted that adequate government funding has been made available to support research, adding that financial institutions such as NCBA and Cooperative Bank of Kenya are also stepping in to support innovation and help translate research into practical production. Our
university dons researchers to also work with other agencies, come up with bankable proposals. Today we have had the Kenya Commercial Bank with us here today, and they have shown you that the bank is really interested in having a commercial approach to research findings from universities. They are able to fund university systems to turn their research findings into production. So I think that there's resources there.
His sentiments were echoed by Dr. James Mika Osando, who said the university has committed resources alongside donor support to sustain ongoing research projects and drive innovation from the laboratory to the market.
As a university, we have some small seed money for research, but our donors also write bankable research proposals for funding. So various projects are going on that are funded by various donors. And we try as much as possible to reward those scientists that attract funds for research. The focus really is what we have always believed in as a university, to move science research from the laboratory to the market.
Deputy Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Robert Kinyua, emphasized the need for partnerships, noting that research is resource-intensive and that conferences provide a platform for collaboration with industry players to advance high-quality solution-driven research.
It's easy, as you may have had, to conduct research at this level, because we have to rely on external funding organizations. And of course, the government also supports us in areas of research through the National Research Fund and also NACOST. We are able to write proposals and get some money. So the university is doing its best in terms of attracting research money and also sharing our experiences and results from this research.
Reporting for Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV, I am Philomena Munyoki.
Clearly, it was a conference that brought together stakeholders under the theme of transforming livelihoods through research and innovation, a call to ensure science works for the people. In a significant step in the fight against new HIV infections, the county government of Nakuru on Thursday afternoon rolled out a new prevention intervention. The lenacapavir injection aimed at strengthening HIV prevention efforts across the county. The long-acting injectable pre-exposure prophylaxis, commonly known as PrEP, is administered twice a year and is intended for HIV-negative persons who are at a higher risk of infection or potential exposure. Health officials say the innovation is expected to significantly reduce new HIV infections as the county moves to scale up access by distributing the drug to various health facilities. The rollout marks a major shift in HIV prevention strategy, with authorities expressing optimism that wider access will strengthen community-level protection and support ongoing efforts to curb the spread of HIV. Let's have a look.
Leo ni siku kubwa na ni siku ya ushindi katika Nakuru, ambayo tunasindua dawa ambayo inatumika kuzuia virusi vya ukimwi kwa walio katika hatari ya kupata virusi hivi. Na nataka kuongeza ya kwamba ni njia moja, tuko na njia mingi za kuzuia ukimwi, lakini hii ni njia moja, na nataka kuazii wale watu wote wenye wako at high risk na hawana virusi wajitokeze katika hospitali zetu ambazo wanapeana hii dawa.
Tunajua wanaishi katika hali ya mahusiano, mmoja ako na HIV na mwingine hana HIV. So kama viral load ya yule ambaye ako na HIV bado iko juu, ako katika hali ya hatari ya kumwambukiza mwenzake. Kwa hivyo yule ambaye ako HIV negative katika hiyo relationship ni moja ya wale ambao wako katika hali ya hatari na watasaidika sana kwa hii dawa.
And indeed, a major step forward in the fight against HIV, not just in Nakuru, but in the entire country and the world at large. And that story brings us to the end of the Catholic Focus News Briefs. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Sasha Elizabeth alongside Ken Mwangi on sign language interpretation. Join us again next time on Catholic Focus. Goodbye and God bless you.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel.